Good afternoon, morning, everyone. We do have another special guest today. We have Megan Watson from our Compass Seattle office. She's a national director of our equestrian division, as well as a sports and entertainment division. And today she will be covering business tracker and communication plan. So we're in for a real treat. Hi, Megan, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Brooke. Good morning, everybody. A few of you have probably seen me before on Core, so I got a chance to talk about Core like during the 10 by 10 business tracker a little bit, and we've added some further integration as well. A little bit about us is I'm Megan, as Brooke said. Rich and I oversee a team here in Seattle called the Watson Group, and we currently have 4 agents on our team, and we are expanding. So one of the big things when we first met Chirag was making sure we had integrated systems really seamlessly planned, so that way as we continue to expand and bring other agents along onto our system, that it was scalable. And then also we're married, so like we do like to go on vacation every once in a while together. So being able to have everything kind of seamlessly in one place and then establish those patterns with our clients was really important. So we'll talk about, I'll just get started with the communication plans. And so we started from our very beginning. We started from the listing presentation with our sellers. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And this one that we're going to look at, it goes from from our communication plan to our business tracker and how it all integrates. So we're going to see like the full transition on it. So this was originally a riff on what Chirag showed us with the communication plans. We obviously personalized it. We've had really good track records with our communication plans. We start out right away with this. We do it in a listing presentation. It's part of our listing presentation as a differentiator, and we discuss it, and then it goes out for signature with our listing paperwork. So if also anytime along, I will monitor the chat as well. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to jump in and let me know anything you want to hear more about, or if you have any questions, I'm happy to chat about it. So we really realized we needed a communication plan, and we'd always kind of spitballed around and been like, we should have something that people sign and that people are that we actually could stick to. And right at the time when we met Chirag, we had a client who wouldn't talk to me. He would only talk to Rich, and he thought it was acceptable to call us or text us at midnight and expected an answer. So while he was an exception, yes, we will scroll down through this. While he was an exception, we then from our normal client, we realized that we were like, okay, well, if we had something in place like this, we could refer back to it. And it's come in really handy for divorcing clients. We had clients that would fight on text message and try and jump off the group messaging, but we agreed with this communication plan ahead of time that we would be on all communications together, only group text, only Zoom calls, and all grouped emails. And so we would kindly prompt people and say hey, per the communication plan, we need to jump on a group call. Is this a good time for you? And we wait to send this to them until it gets a little bit if they're still not listening, here's a copy of what you signed. But I personally try and wait on that a little bit because I feel like it gets a little bit aggressive. So what it outlines is we decided where, how they want to be communicated with, what kind of information they want, how often. We do not have a daily or after every showing option on there. And then we have notes that then go into our business tracker and our CRM. So we set an email for end of week insights, and then we do one for like Monday meetings via phone, and then text for urgent needs. And so all of that goes into business tracker. Yes, we do have one for buyers. It's pretty similar, but it's integrated a little bit differently because of the communication with like the current market. But what we do, we chat about all of this, and we handle it in a couple different ways. So when we're having the conversation during a listing appointment, some clients, if it's more than one, we fill it out with them. If it's one person that's going to be the primary point of contact, often we send them this to fill out, and then we adjust as needed, and then it goes with the signatures. But so this is the agreement page. And so it says like, we do work all the days, when you can contact us, like that we will be answering for sure. Well, fairly for sure. And if they need to like chat with us outside of working hours, that they should make an appointment, but that we do have an emergency policy. We've had really good response to this. We've had a couple people be like, well, what if I need you? What if I need this? I'm like, you can send me a text. This isn't the only time you can talk to me, but it's setting that expectation of knowing that this is when you will for sure hear feedback, or you will for sure hear insights, or you will for sure hear things. And that has been a really good way of like kind of flipping that kind of worry. But that leads us into business tracker. So this is that same property, and we schedule all of their insights. So we have an email insights due and tasks on Friday, and we schedule it out in advance so that way it reminds us and it's in the CRM from the beginning. And then we put it in notes as well. So here it says like where when we're emailing them, when we're talking to them, what we've agreed on. And then the file itself is able to be added in files. That way, any of our team members, if we are out of town, they're able to jump onto our platform, or if I'm in a meeting and Rich needs something, he can jump on the platform, and then we are able to operate a little bit more seamlessly for our clients. And that way the ball doesn't get dropped. It's something that we have all of our team members do, is that they share their working transactions with this platform, and then we integrate it the same way and have them upload everything and tag the same way. That way we're better able to jump in and help when people need things. And so something that we've integrated as well is Calendly. So a way to take away some of that scheduling worry is we have a Calendly. This is a super easy app and super easy integration into the CRM. It talks to so when you originally sign up for it, you're able to pick what email you want it to talk to, and you can add more than one email. I sync it with our team, my Compass email, and it takes into account all of your schedules on your Gmail calendar, your Google Calendar. So it will not overschedule you, which is nice. And then we try and do all of our seller feedback, like calls or Zooms, on Mondays or Tuesdays. So this, for example, is we have the seller update, and the booking page is just like a normal Calendly, and it shows what's available. And so people can pick what day they'd like, and they can schedule up to 90 days in advance. So we take this and we take the link and we do a template for all of our seller communication. So after we've agreed to our communication plan, and is that we after it's signed and everything, one of the things we send is then this seller communication plan email. So it says, let's schedule our meetings. And it said, so we're able to then, they click the link here and they can schedule out as far in advance as they want. Obviously, they can change if they need to. We do have a limit right now where they can't change it 2 hours prior. They have to cancel and let us know. And then we can work with them to change it. And we have and it prompts them to text me or text the person that they're meeting with and reschedule that way. If it's like, if there's an emergency or something's going on, because things come up, obviously they do. But this is trying to basically top to bottom be able to kind of have that expectation and take away a little bit of the scheduling piece for you, because one of the hardest things to do about the communication plan is to stay actually on the communication plan. And the second you break it, then all of a sudden it has like no worth anymore. So that's kind of the top to bottom integration on it. And we have different templates for different things. Like we have them for buyers, we have them for team members, we have all the different Calendly things. So that way we can schedule we can take away a little bit of our calendar scheduling. I'm personally very bad at giving people options because I feel selfish about it. I guess I'm a super people pleaser in that regards. I feel like, oh my gosh, what if I only tell them 2 and 3? And I feel bad about that. So instead I just send them the Calendly and it has options for clients. So then that way it does work on my time, and I know it does, but that it's not just giving them 2 options. It personally, that makes me a little less anxious. Any questions so far? Anything people want to know more about or that I can explain better? Feel free to unmute yourself.
Hi, I just don't know exactly how you copy that into the link. Is that this link that it says calendly.com/the Watson group?
So what you do, the way, so it's a super cool platform. It's very easy, very user-friendly. I picked it, like it was very easy to like pick up, and they do a seminar like every week to like help walk you through the process, but you can create the type of event you need. So I have like standing events, and we're actually integrating this into our new website as well, so that way people can schedule like client introduction meetings or things like that if they want to talk about like buying or selling directly through Calendly, because a lot of times people don't want to pick up the phone now. They maybe want to text you, but if they have the option to like schedule a time to talk to you when it's convenient, they might do that. Like I know I'm quicker to schedule something if I can schedule it online. But what you do is this link right here, you just copy link. And then when you go to your template here, you just like, I'm going to paste a new link here. You just paste. And then you go to this link, and then you change your text to whatever you want it to say. So it will be your personal Calendly link, but this is our, that's our link. And so it's very straightforward. That's all you have to do.
So you click on the calendar that you want to send on that team that you selected, and then you copy and paste. Like you clicked here, team member. Yeah.
You just copy and paste, and you can send one-off invitations too. I don't use that one quite as much. I just will arrange things, but for scheduling purposes like this, it's almost like having an assistant to just make appointments for you.
Yeah, that's great. That is a great idea and feature.
And it really, if you have the communication plan, it really helps you make and stick to those appointments, because if every week you have to go through and say, okay, I have 5 calls to make this Monday, I've got to figure out times, all that kind of stuff, you can note like if you get people to schedule earlier on and they haven't, you can also set a reminder to remind them to schedule with you. It'll keep asking them if you set it up that way. So there, it allows you to stay more on top of your communication plan without actually having to think too much about it. So it's the whole, I guess, live more life thing.
I'm curious, do you use a communication plan for buyers also?
Yes, we do. It's a little bit harder to stick to, if that makes sense. Just, it's fairly similar. We mostly use it so for this page here. And then because of like setting a window for calling and messaging, it's more of talking about our availability. And when we check our messages phones late at night, I'm obviously guilty of scrolling. For those of you like that know me, I am up fairly late and I will message people things like really late, not thinking that it might ding and wake them up. So I always feel a little bad about that. But so I'm guilty of looking at my phone, but I do try and stick to not like scheduling a response to clients for that next morning. Because once they know you're awake at 10:30 and on your phone, then you will get tons of questions. I try and schedule it for the next morning if it's not an emergency, but we do have this like emergency policy. So it says that we check at 9. If it's something urgent, we'll be in touch promptly, and we try and have the discussion about what urgent means. Like a question about a house's, like what painting would cost would maybe not be urgent. But if they need to see something first thing in the morning, would definitely be urgent. So we have those discussions, right, kind of off the bat. We're a little bit more conversational in our like listing and buyers appointments. And we try and kind of give them examples of what is and what isn't, but then also kind of say like, hey, we are still accessible. Obviously, if you need us, you can reach out. If there's a property that pops up in this fast moving market, obviously we're going to be looking at it. We have a very wide range of hours, but it is setting a time where like I would like to have a beverage and not worry about a client calling me afterwards. So people generally understand that too. If you feel out your clients, I'm like, I will make a joke about like, I want to have a bourbon. We collect bourbon. We're bourbon people. And I'm like, well, we're going to be having a bourbon by then. So you probably don't want my opinion at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday.
So what's your new favorite bourbon? Because we love bourbon too.
Oh, you do? I have a wide variety. It depends on the season. We're turning into summer, so I go a little bit less on I'd go a little more caramely. Winter will go spicy, so like more of like a Michter's into, right now I love like everything Jefferson's is doing, from the ocean to the Pritchard Hill. So they're a pretty cool distillery if you don't know Jefferson's, but
I don't personally, but
yeah.
I love good Manhattan, and my husband's a big bourbon drinker. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we are always happy to chat bourbon.
Okay. I love that. Do you have that on your website? Do people know that about you, or do you
we talk about it on our Instagram some. We are actually adding in, and Rich is just going to start doing like a bourbon of the week on our Instagram. So we'll be talking about different ones from like our collection and other ones that like we try places.
Cool.
Just for some fun interest, because
Yeah,
I guess people don't just want to talk about real estate. I talk mostly about horses. That's actually, I'm guilty as charged. I had a jumping lesson today and I thought I would be able to make it fully back to the office in time. So instead I'm in my working office, and it's the mobile agent, work from anywhere, right? So we're very big on the Compass tools. It's specifically the CRM and business tracker. It's a game changer if you really utilize it and fully flesh it out, from the whole standpoint of like being able to fully stay on top of people's anniversaries, likes, dislikes. That's kind of off topic from what we're talking about, but since we're talking bourbon, we have clients that we have a tag for bourbon, and we like send them things that when we're going to do like a bourbon tasting, or we're people who like beer, we do beer get-togethers, things like that, that are I really love like Business Tracker and CRM's integration for that.
That's great. So even
Yeah, that's great.
I know, that's cute. Tags.
I didn't realize I was such a like a nerd about the this stuff, but I'm a list maker, so the fact that this like can automate lists for me and I can like check a box on things, it makes my life so much happier, and makes everything feel like it streamlines. And it's been a differentiator in our listing presentations as well, as we actually talk about Business Tracker. We talk about the CRM like for listing appointments. We talk about communication plans, because people don't talk about those things. It's like this magic behind the curtain thing. But when the clients hear that, they're like, oh, so I'm definitely going to know I hear from you here. You have a system in place. It feels like a professional organization. It's been a differentiator, and it's been one of our big feedbacks from clients is the consistency on the communication plan.
Hey, Megan.
Yeah.
This is Victoria.
Hi.
Hi.
I might be in LA on Thursday, by the way.
Oh, I will be in LA on Thursday and in Beverly Hills. I will see
Yeah.
you. You will
Maybe.
be here.
I don't know for sure. I'll
No,
text you.
you'll be here.
Off topic.
And for everyone else, I don't know Megan at all. So, so I have a partner, and we, on occasion, we found that people are kind of like, okay, so who do I talk to, or which one? So it seems like, I know that it might be a little bit different since you and Rich are married, but have you found that this alleviates any confusion as to who they should talk to, or like who the lead agent is on something?
We put it in the notes. So each one is slightly different for like, so for a team member, they get the communication plan and they're the one running point on it, but they do have it, like they put in the notes section here, like we put in like if it's not us, like if it's not me or Rich, we put in like who the primary point of contact is for the client. And then we put in the primary point of contact with the signature, so that way, and and the primary cell number here. So this is an example of a listing that we have. So that's why both of our cell phone numbers are there. And then you can integrate into Business Tracker. This is a super good question. Thank you, Victoria. You can share all your tasks tasks here. So like I can share this client, obviously with whomever. It's just shared with the Watson group right now, because this platform is our team platform that Rich and I manage, and then everyone else has their own and they can share to this platform. But you can even you can assign these tasks.
Sure.
So I even assign Rich tasks sometimes and like push it to his email. If he's going to do things. And it's the same thing with Calendly, is you can actually then add people to your team on Calendly, and they can pick who they're talking to, or they'll know ahead of time. So you have the option to add people to your team on Calendly. So for you and Michael, that would be a good, like you could both be on that, and they can adjust, like you can adjust for whoever calendar is available.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Did that answer your question? Okay.
It sure did.
Yeah. Any other questions? Anything else bourbon, horses, Business Tracker?
It's great. I think it deserves another session.
Thank you. And I'm always happy to help. Like if you have any questions beyond I'm happy to chat about it. It's something that is really made a difference for us. And it's with the need for this to be such a relationship business right now, we're very big. We do a lot on referral, and we do a lot on relationships from that. And I love walking into the Ritz-Carlton and having them know things about me in New Orleans. And I'm like, they definitely don't remember that. It's just in our file that this is our favorite drink, but it's waiting for me and it makes me happy, even though I know that there's stuff going on. And it's nice to be able to, it's a little bit of legwork up front to get used to this. And it's like loading your contacts and really like fleshing out your business tracker and your notes and sticking to your communication plan. But once you get in the habit of it, it really streamlines your business.
Yeah, I really think it's super effective. That is great. You have a great system, and I love systems.
Systems make the world go round.
Yeah.
If I didn't have systems, I feel like if I like don't update it every day, like I take 15 minutes every end of day and I check like our business tracker and I check our CRM and I look at all that, because if I don't, I feel like unwieldy for the next day. I feel like I'm a little bit of a chicken with my head cut off. Like that's really my bigger like prep for the next day than like I don't set out my gym clothes or do anything like that, but I do check that.
That is great. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's actually sunny here in Seattle. It's a miracle. We've had the worst May in the history, like 75 years. I know it's June now, so maybe we're turning the corner, but.
And it's cloudy here. It was raining, Miami. Bad.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 75 and sunny here.
Whoop, whoop.
Perfect.
So, well, I will drop my email in this chat, and I will also put I answer emails and I will answer Instagram messages as well. If you do message the group one, you might get rich and not me, but.
I couldn't find your Instagram. What is
Yeah, it's Watson Group Real Estate, or mine is Megan. My personal one, which I do post some business stuff on, is I have a very long middle name. It is my maiden name, and Zamberlin is part of the search. You will find me if you post that, if you type that in. And if you find another Zamberlin, we're definitely related. There's like 10 of us.
Excellent. And I will post or upload the communication plan to our platform, and we'll send it out at the end of the week in our recap newsletter as well.
Okay, in the group, I just followed you. And in your group,
Right.
is what Watson Group?
Watson Group Real Estate is our Instagram.
Okay, I got it.
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah. We love to collaborate. I love to collaborate. I'm happy to help if you ever have any questions about the platform. We love the community Chirag's built. So it's been and we obviously like the Compass tools as well. So happy to chat.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Well, have a great rest of your day. If you have any other questions, just let us know and we're happy to help.
Thanks. Thanks, Megs.
Bye.
Bye. See you Thursday.
See ya.